Namaste and a very good evening. I'm your host Sharan Sethi, and this is the Festival of Bharat. Today we are joined by Anuj Tharji for a conversation. Many of you may have read and heard his works on Lal Bahadur Shastri ji and Subhash Chandra Bose's mystery for a very long time. And today we are going to be discussing a range of subjects with him, and I look forward to this conversation. Anuji, thank you so much for joining us. Namaste, and I hope everything is
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you for having me here. Thank you very much.
because of this there's a web of lies, and then there's constant cover-ups, and unless it's declassified there is no way going forward. But do you see any sense of optimism? Because I think during the Bengal elections thoda sa hawa tha ki the BJP might declassify it because of scoring political
The
brownie points.
my problem is that this is a matter which cannot be answered in bites. People give bites and they tell lies actually. So this, for example, just now you have mentioned about during the Bengal election there was some buzz. No, there was no buzz. Modi ji did not even take name of Subhash Bose in the Bengal election. The very idea of, for example, that this theory which has been floated that Modi is talking about Netaji, because of Bengal elections is nonsense. Because Narendra Modi, the matter, I have been involved in the whole build-up, and it is, you can say, because of me the matter reached him. Modi ji was sounded of Netaji case by his family when he was still the Gujarat Chief Minister. So the letter which was written to him was written by Chandrachud Ghosh and me. So this is in 2013. So in 2013, Narendra Modi was not, he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. So there was no Bengal election in those, and he had nothing to do with Bengal elections. Even prior to that, Narendra Modi unveiled a statue of Subhash Chandra Bose in Vadodara, the main spot there. He talked about Subhash Chandra Bose so many times when he was a Gujarat Chief Minister. So this whole idea that no, it's not that Netaji is being discussed. Even I would say, even Mamata Banerjee, it's very childish to say that she has been talking about Netaji for last 20-30 years.
Yeah.
So anyhow, but the point is that this is what media does. Now, what has changed? Now look at yourself. You said you give me hope. Yes, give me hope. When I look at you, I go around and give lectures across the country, and I hope this COVID does not play any spoil sport, because there's been a gap of 2 years now. But again, I'm going to different parts of the country. Is that wherever I go, I find young generation, young people taking a lot of interest in this case. And what has changed, everything is the onset of social media. Because of social media, because of YouTube, you and I can have a long discussion. Do you think this kind of discussion was possible on Doordarshan? Forget Doordarshan, even on national television, who are private, they will not give you an hour's discussion on with one-to-one, unless until the other person is the president of a country. So what has the ball game has been changed, because now we have people like you and me who are not the elite people. We are not sahibs, we are not Rai Bahadurs. We are not having our desires to put our families in America and Europe. And the point is, people like us can directly approach people. So this gives me a lot of hope. And you see, essentially the young people who are taking interest, I couldn't care less about the elderly, because I find most of them are interested in watching Netflix movies. So they are looking, they are enjoying, they are talking. And the very fact, in a country like ours, which has got a very poor sense of history, we forgot about in 1947 when 10 lakh people died. People forgot in 48 about it. We have very poor sense, especially the Hindus have a very, very poor sense of history. They tend to forget. It has taken us a film as gory as the Kashmir Files to make them realize what we have all have known for past 30-40 years. Since 1990, everybody was aware of it. But then this is the medium of film. So that gives me a lot of hope that now people are talking about it. And mind you, my lectures have taken place in IITs. I have in England and America, in universities where Indians are. So if I can hold interest of people, for example, in IIT Madras for 3.5 hours, if those bright people can take interest, and believe me, the people who heard me in IIT Madras or IIT Kanpur or other places, today they are sitting in jobs which many of you would dream to get one day in big places in America, in Microsoft and Google and other places. So I'm getting very bright, people listening to me, giving me attention, supporting me, of course. That's how my visits to America become possible. It's not because government is not funding me for all these things. So this gives me a lot of hope. Things have changed. And I think I must say this thing to the credit of the government of the day. The good thing about them is they don't mind criticism. and they are not hostile. They have real problems which they have to overcome, and I feel that we have been given a golden opportunity. We must try and build up an awareness and try to convince the government that they must tell the truth, and we can do it. This will not be possible if tomorrow, God forbid, Rahul Gandhi becomes country's prime minister or somebody else. But with Narendra Modi ji and Amit Shah ji, we are hopeful, because they are not hostile. They're definitely for it, but there are reasons the obstacles which they have to clear. And because, as I said, this issue is very complicated one.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.